You are a miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency Governor Wike, Your Excellency the Deputy Governor, your members of the National Assembly, State Assemblies, Your Majesties, Royal Highnesses, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, community leaders. Your Excellency, let me thank you, before I go into the body of this event, let me thank you. I haven't had the opportunity to formally thank you for finding my wife and I worthy of the honor that this state has bestowed on us through your benevolence. I thank you very much. Over the weekend, I was honored with the Grand Service Star of River State, and my wife with the Distinguished Service Star of River State. We're both feel very elated by this recognition. Many years ago, I got an honor, Commander of the Order of the Niger. I hardly used it, but looking at the program today and seeing GSSRS after my name, I'm encouraged. I like it. I saw yours. I liked it. I don't know what POS is, but I'll find it and I'll add it too. And you know, the beauty of yours is POS Africa. Well, I can start with POS West Africa, then I'll get to Africa, but I'll get there someday. So again, I thank you very much. On our way here, we saw the crowd out of the bus with smiles and happiness and joy on their faces to receive and welcome us to this occasion. And I mentioned to you that you can't buy that smile. You can't buy the joy being expressed. And we came to the agreement that the best politics is very simple. Do the right thing. Our people are not asking, take them to space. Just make life worthy for them. That's all. There is no state, perhaps no government in Africa that I know, where literally day in, day out, there is something to celebrate except this one. And I don't take this lightly. And I say it with all sense of responsibility. Most states have abdicated governance to politics now. Now, in your state, in this state, River State, where I think this is the hotbed, the crux of politics in Nigeria today, you have not allowed that to digress you from your primary responsibility, which is governance. Perhaps your biggest challenge is to find people to come and flag off or commission one project or the other. I can imagine the amount of, the calculus that goes in, who do I call this time? Because you said to me on our way here that for the next 23 days, you'll be flagging off or commissioning one project or the other. That is not the norm in our society, particularly when you're winding down. In my time, when I was winding down 6 months before I left office, I ceased doing anything new. I didn't want, like you, I didn't want to leave any problems for my successor. The only difference is that our pockets were different. I had a small pocket, that secret pocket you have on the side here, that is I don't know if they still make trousers like that, but you have a pocket where you hide money, right? And the deep pockets. But you see, that's not the point. The point is not the depth of your pocket. The point is the heart that you put into that pocket. Every day, day in and day out, for the next 23 days, you're going to be doing something. And that's not going to take you away from the politics, because you are thick in it. You've stood forth for what is right and what is objective. The beauty of Governor Wike, and this is not, I'm going to conclude this soon. The beauty of Governor Wike is you cannot be indifferent to him. You are either for or against. But in being for or against, you judge yourself. It's very simple. If you're for him, you judge yourself. It tells the nature of person that you are. If you're against him, you also judge yourself, because it tells the nature of person that you are. But you cannot be indifferent to him. Even your worst critics cannot take this away from you. You have brought development to your state. You have become the standard upon which others will be judged. I also remarked at the bus coming here that perhaps in the last 5 to 10 years, the population of this part of the state has increased by at least 25%. And you can imagine if the amount of infrastructure you're putting in were not there, this would be one of the most unlivable places in Nigeria today. So my friends, my brothers, my sisters here, do not take this for granted. Do not take this for granted. If you didn't do it, you see, what the eyes don't see, the heart don't grieve. If you didn't see it, you probably won't, you take it as normal, well, government come and go. But no, he's saying that this is your entitlement, so I'm going to give it to you. I would like all of us to give a big round of applause to the government of Governor Nyesom Wike. Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would miss him. But I also believe that he has set the challenge for his successor. So his successor would, riding on the back and learning the tutelage he has gathered from him, he will strive to do better. We always hope and pray that those that come after us better us. That is the prayer of a responsible person. I know of a gentleman who once prayed that whatever he has not achieved in his life, let those coming after him, including his children, never see it, never achieve it. And that was the end of his family. The family broke up. It will not happen in this state. Eleme One. For those who know the industrial base of this nation, those two towns are critical. Critical. One has the ports. Here you have the fertilizer. You have also the Ndorama. Also, Ndorama does whatever they do. Now that was formerly in AFCON, and but the important thing is that it is sad to say or see that this was the infrastructure that led to such monumental investments, such critical. And there is a gap in this country. In Lagos, the critical ports of Tinkan and Apapa, there are literally no roads leading to them. To get to Apapa port, the bridge cannot take the traffic. It could take you hours to get there. So unfortunately, there's a complete disregard for the critical sectors of our economy. That you cannot have ingress or egress out of Eleme and One is a sad thing to say. It is not. Ordinarily, this should be a national concern. You can't cut your nose to spite your face. This is what Nigeria does all the time. You have, forget the politics, forget what party is leading, forget who the governor is, but you get massive revenues from the investments that are in these areas, and you ignore evacuation. There's another one going on now. I once said, look, there's a gridlock in this country. You're building what perhaps may be the largest petrochemical plant in Africa, the refinery going on in Lagos. 650,000 barrels of oil a day. How are you going to evacuate all that? Where are the roads? Where's the linkage with the ports? Where is the rail linkage? It's almost impossible. There's a new problem that is going to that will come about as a result of that investment. Because we don't think comprehensively about investment. It's okay putting the investment there, but we must also address how to get the products out. So there's a challenge. This administration in Rivers State is not waiting for succor from the federal government. They're taking the bull by the horns. And in so doing, if you take the bull by the horns, you're bound to get a result. Either you or the bull, but there'll be a result. In so doing, they are opening up the space and also inviting others to invest in this area. And if this goes on, this state perhaps, in the near future, will be the industrial heartbeat of all of Nigeria. And that's my prayer here. So I would like all of us to salute the courage it has taken for the administration in Rivers State to do what they are doing. You see, when you look at the contractors, it's not buoyed by sentiments or my friend this and that. You could hear him address the contractor for this project, SKCC or something. The roads, the bridges, the best contractors in town, because the administration does not want to compromise. There are many folks, if you will ask today, a man who can't probably build a Bailey bridge, would you do a bridge? He'll say, of course I'll do the bridge. What you get after may not be what you thought, but there's no compromise. I would mobilize you adequately. You would finish this project on time and within budget. In an administration, to build 12 bridges is unheard of. It's unheard of. So again, I ask, let us not take this for granted. If each state had done something to the extent at which they can, and this state is not the richest state in Nigeria. There are states that get a lot more, but you can't see it. You have to really strain your eyes to see what they have done with their resources. I think I speak on behalf of all of us here, Your Excellency, you're the Deputy Governor. I want to say congratulations. I don't know if I'll have another forum to say to you, congratulations for the work you have done. You have given your heart and soul to this state. When you're in a position like this, you're guided by one thing, not by the accolades and applause you get from people, not by the editorials from the newspapers or social media. You're guided by your conscience. That's the only thing you report to. When you go to bed, you ask yourself, have I done all that I could do? Can I go to bed in good conscience saying that I did what was right before the sight of my Lord? From my point of view, I think you should be a very happy man. A very, very happy man. You came, you saw, and you did what ought to be done. And so again, I want to say congratulations to you, your team, the State Executive Council, the State House of Assembly, the harmony that exists between the arms of government in this state. I want to congratulate you. And I hope that those coming after you, not only in this state, but in others, will take a peep and say, look, this is the way to go. Because the saddest thing that can happen to anyone, having had the opportunity to govern a state, is to say, I had wanted to. To me, that's a mark of failure. You had 8 years. What do you mean you had wanted to? You had more than enough time to plan it all and do what had to be done. Not I had wanted to. Nobody's going to judge you by what you wanted to do. They'll judge you by what you did. So again, I congratulate you. Till the 29th of May, you will be working. Then at noon, you shall rest. May God bless you. Thank you.